Hello, 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 everybody. Yup. So I'm going to drop the link so that people can connect and then we just go ahead and start our meeting. I'll be our interview, Noni. All right. Copy the link and send it to WhatsApp. All right. All right. Oh, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Trust you're good wherever you're watching from in the world right now. Great to have you here again on the Kaizen Live series, where we come on every week. We talk about making money online, we talk about business, we talk about how you can make your life better generally. Like, because the aim of Kaizen, right, and this events or these live shows is to help you improve the quality of your life for as long as you live. And today I have a very special guest with me now. So last week we looked at how to position yourself as the go-to expert in your niche. If you really want to make money online, you need to be an expert, right? So you want to, if you're on YouTube right now after this show, just go on the page and look for the for the playlist called Kaizen Live Series, right? You're going to see all the streams we have done in the time past, right? Without wasting further time, because we have spent a couple minutes trying to get on here. I'm going to bring in this very special guest. Now, this special guest happens to be dear to me. He's my brother. And today, both of us we are going to be discussing how you can make money from web development. This is somebody that literally went from zero to making a ton of money online from building software and developing websites, working on web projects and software dev projects, and all what you have. Now they know their lingo. I'm not a tech bro. I'm not considered to be a tech bro because I don't code. But I think I'm a tech bro anyway. I'm founder of a tech company. So, all right. So I'm going to bring on my brother right now, Ebenezer Don, and we are both going to be talking about how to make money online via web development. All right. Bro, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, hello.
Good evening, good evening. How your side? What's in the happen? What's in the
Yeah, I'm
soup?
doing great. How about you?
I'm very well, thank you. So everybody, if you are watching this live, I need you to let me know how is our sound. We're about to go ahead now, but how is our sound? Is our sound good? Can you hear him clearly? Can you talk again? Tell them hello so they will hear you. Is the sound good? Is my sound good?
Hello, everyone.
Okay, great. So is the sound good? Is my sound good? Leave a comment in the chat box so I'll be sure that you can hear us clearly so that we can proceed. So that we can proceed. So let me know. Let me know in the chat box if you can hear us clearly. I'm waiting. I did wait. Let me know. Great, great, great. So they say the sound is good. Since the sound is good, we are just going to go ahead and do our thing. All right, great. Good evening. How are you doing, Ebenezer Don?
I'm doing very well. How about you?
I'm very well. I did. Nice to meet you. All right.
Nice to
So,
meet you.
first things first, right? I know you personally, right? I've been with you over the years, but a lot of people here don't know you. A lot of people here don't know you. So, I need you to introduce yourself. Who is Ebenezer Don? Let's meet Ebenezer Don.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm Ebenezer Don. I'm a software engineer. So that means I build websites and applications. So it could be mobile applications to desktop applications. Um, yeah, I'm a technical writer also. So I write articles and tutorials about web development coding. I create courses. I have a YouTube channel. I have a blog also, and yeah, I interact very well with the tech community. But that's basically what I do. Currently, I work at JetBrains as a web developer advocate. So that's me being a software developer daily.
Cool, cool. So, I'm going to ask you how did you start out with the whole web development thingy? When did you know that there was a thing called web development, and when did you start coding, building websites, and how did your journey start? Just walk us through it for a bit.
Oh, okay. So first time I built websites was with using the content management system Wapka.movie back then. But how I got into coding, because that was not coding, that was
Okay.
just building websites. How I got
Yeah.
into coding was a lot of people were like, since we were in the CMS, the content management system, everyone was using
Yeah.
it, and people who did that same thing. So the websites were
Yeah.
looking very much the same, and I
Yeah.
needed to make mine look different and add extra functionalities. So I had
Yeah.
to start looking at JavaScript. JavaScript is a programming language. So how to use code to add more functionality to mine. And that was my first introduction to coding. And later on, I started building websites with blogs with Blogger. So I was not just doing the normal. I don't like when my stuff is looking the same with everybody's own. So I started learning XML with Blogger so that I can write my own Blogger templates and make my websites, my blogs look different. And then later on, when I really became serious with programming, I came across
Yeah.
a PDF for developing Java. So Java is also a programming language, and that
Okay.
PDF I used the borrowed laptop back then, and I started learning that Java programming language with the PDF. So that's the way it happened for me. That was how I started learning this seriously. I started with Java, Java, a programming language, and then from there I moved on and worked as a software engineer. I've also worked as a learning facilitator who I taught software engineering, and then I've worked at Andela. Worked at Data Science Nigeria. Data Science Nigeria is a data science company in Nigeria, so it's a very big company in Lagos. And after Data Science Nigeria, right now working for JetBrains. JetBrains is also a very good big company for tech. You know, we create the software, the tools that other developers use. So that's what we do at JetBrains, and that's where I am right now.
Cool stuff. Cool stuff. So, you said something. You said websites development I mean, web design is different from coding. So, what is it? Because a lot of people here they may want to go into tech tomorrow, right? What's the difference between web design and coding? Just break it down in the simplest form as possible.
Okay, so web design is designing websites. So you can say design, you can say web development. Web design, designing websites.
Yeah.
Coding is a way to design websites. So it's one of the ways you can design websites. Ultimately, everything is still translated to code. But there are still other methods you can use to design websites, like WordPress. So WordPress is a tool you can use, and with WordPress, you don't need to learn how to write code. So you can go to WordPress. What you're doing is learning how to use the platform itself, just like learning how to
Okay.
use things like Corel Draw or Photoshop. They learn how to use WordPress, and then you don't need to write code to build websites with WordPress. So those are content management systems. Those are things that's what they're called here. Other methods that you can use to build websites. But then you want to add more functionality. You want to, scale your website, move it from just a normal website to, something that's more advanced or something that's very, very interactive. Then you might want to learn how to write code. And you start writing code, you have more freedom. You can build very good looking websites, add different kinds of functionalities to your website, and then you learn how to write code and start building with that.
Great. So the nature of this live series is we always like to keep things like stupidly simple. So I'm going to ask you to interpret one more thing you just said before I move ahead. You said you want to make our websites interactive. What do you mean when you say making the website interactive?
Oh, that's you just adding different types of functionalities. So some websites you go there and you click on something and oh something happens. You want to track certain things that users do. You just add, and when I say functionality, different things that the website can do. So you're making it interactive. Your website is responding to something that a user does in that particular web page. So that's it. If you want to add some kinds of functionality, then you might want to write the code yourself.
Okay, great. So, your guys, so just let me know if you're following and if you're catching on with our pace. Let me know if we are too fast as well, if you cannot follow. So, see how to calm down on the speed, right? So let's move on. So, your story is quite interesting. Now, I remember back then in 2018 when you told me that you are going to quit school, you're going to go work at Andela and the whole resistance from our parents until finally everybody said, okay, since it's what you said, go ahead and do. So tell me, how was school for you, and then why did you decide to quit?
Oh, school was an absolute waste of time for me. And that's not to say that some people don't need it. There are some people that need it. But personally, I was really doing what I was really a software engineer before I got into school. And I was still working as a software engineer while in school. So it just didn't work for me. I wasn't getting anything
Yeah.
from there. There was no advantage for me. So I just had to leave and continue my work. And that's it. It wasn't a big deal for me.
All right, so you basically left school in 2018, and then you went to Andela. How was the experience at Andela, and how did you transition to JetBrains today?
Yeah, so at Andela, I worked as a software engineer where we built different
Can,
projects.
can, can you give us like
And
can you give us like context? What is Andela? What do they do?
yeah, so Andela is a company that helps, a company that outsources or gives out software engineers from Nigeria to other companies abroad. So not
Okay.
just from Nigeria, though, from Africa. Recently, Andela has expanded to hiring software engineers from all around the world. And then they help other companies go fast by providing software engineers for them. So that's what Andela does. So at Andela, you get to work for other companies, other software companies, bigger companies from the US and other countries. So that's what we did at Andela. So Andela was a really good experience. And then from Mandela, I got into Data Science Nigeria. So Data Science Nigeria was also a lovely experience. Data Science Nigeria, we do data science at Data Science Nigeria. That's why it's called data science. We also train data science, but
Okay, cool.
we build software. So
Okay.
we also build software for the different projects we're working on, and software that can be integrated with machine learning, data science, and then use that to solve very good economic problems. So that was my work at Data Science Nigeria. And yeah, so right now I work at JetBrains. So still doing almost the same thing, but now I'm creating more technical content. I'm giving more talks and while building software.
Great, great. So in all this thing, right? When somebody says, "Oh, web development," how do I get started in web development? Are there branches of coding or web development? And if I want to get started, like just break it down for me.
Yeah, so you want to get started with web development. There are a lot of ways, but the internet is your friend. You have to embrace the internet. You can use physical locations. There are physical boot camps, and boot camps are places where they teach you software engineering, so web development for like 6 months. Some can be 3 months, others can be 1 year, and so on. So you can go to physical locations like that. I don't have any at the top of my head right now, or I don't want to mention because I have. But apart
Yeah.
from that, you can also learn online, which is the which to me is the best way. But I know some people need physical learning. But to me,
Okay.
you can learn online, and you can do that by either buying books or purchasing courses. There's Udemy, there's Coursera, there's edX, there's also
Sorry,
Kaizen. So
sorry,
I have
no,
course.
sorry, no, no, don't do that yet. Don't say there's Udemy, there's Coursera, and there's Kaizen. You start from there's Kaizen, there's Udemy, there's Coursera. This is our show.
Yeah, so there's
Good.
Kaizen. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
you buy courses there, and then you start. So you start from like my course, for example, my HTML and CSS development course, a very
I
beginner
didn't I
course.
didn't get that.
But
Can you slow down a little so you can get pick your words?
my
So you
course,
said
my
your
HTML
yeah.
CSS course for web
Okay.
development. So HTML, CSS,
Okay.
language that we use to build website. Yeah, it's right there on Kaizen, so you can get that. But if you don't want to pay for courses, you don't
Yeah.
want to start by paying. You're still trying
Yeah.
to test this out. You're not sure about whether you want to this is something you want to invest in or not. There are other
Yeah.
sites like Free Code Camp.
Okay.
You go there, the free code camp, you just search for it on Google and you see that in you can see a web development curriculum for where you can start learning. This is coding now, HTML, CSS, JavaScript.
Okay.
You start learning that. There's a good curriculum you can follow there. There's also YouTube, so you can also start from YouTube. This is for coding. You can also learn something like a WordPress. These are this is easier to learn than writing code. So let's say you're not the type of person that wants to write code. You don't want to do that. You think of that as too techy. Um, you can build websites using something like WordPress. And how do you learn
Okay.
WordPress? You can use YouTube. You can use, I don't know if there's a WordPress course on Kaizen, but if you don't find anyone there, you can use Udemy. So you go to Udemy, you
Okay.
go to YouTube or Kaizen, you search for a WordPress course. And then you start taking those courses and start building while you're taking the courses. So, you go to YouTube, you check for a WordPress course there or Udemy, um, and then you open an account with WordPress, and while you're learning, you start building. So, with this, you're already building websites, and before
Okay.
you know it, you'll be building for other people.
Beautiful. So where is the money? Where are they see this money? You see, tell bros they are buying Apple laptop, they are going to a hotel, they are traveling abroad. Where's the money in web development? How do people make money in web development?
Yeah, so yeah, ultimately, you're going to have to want to make money, right? You're going to make money. But before I tell you about making money, I want you to understand that it's not something that you can just start doing right away, or you just start learning to code, or you just start building websites and you're already making money. That's never the case.
Yeah.
That's it. It can take up to a year. It can take 2 years. It can even take 3 years to start making good money with it, or 4 years. Some people 5 years. It can take a long time. It can take a medium time. I wouldn't say short time because I've not seen anybody just took a very short time for them to start making money. So,
Yeah.
but you have to be persistent. And then after learning, after building a website for yourself, you start building for people. So you don't have to start looking for clients online immediately. You can look for people you know. So you know someone who has a small business.
Yeah.
The person is selling maybe shoes or maybe food or anything. You go meet that person and say, I can build a website for you. These are some of the websites I've built myself. I can build a website for you and your business. And then you build the website. I say, oh, instead of charging you this amount, I can start with this little amount since maybe you're my first customer or anything. And you start there and you start building your portfolio. So by the time you build for this first person, you go to the next person and you say, oh, I've already built a website for this person. I look at it, it's live. A lot of people are using this website already. It's succeeding. So I can build for you. Then you start increasing your prices, but you start with that. You don't have to, you don't need to get a huge contract or anything. Start from the people around you. And then after that, you have good number of websites in your portfolio. Then you can now use online platforms like Fiverr or Upwork. So you can decide to start with these ones. I'm just telling you what can be easier. You can something like Fiverr. So Fiverr is a platform where you can go and offer professional services. So Fiverr or Upwork. And then you go there, advertise yourself and say, oh, I can build a website for you for this amount of dollar or this amount of naira. And then you get clients to say, oh, help me build this website. And then you build that website for them, you charge them, and you keep building your portfolio, you keep building your experience and your skill, and then your charges keep increasing. So that's the way that it works.
Yeah. So
You can that's you being a freelancer. So
how
that's you
did
starting out. At the end
how
at
did
the end of the day,
yeah,
you can
okay.
at the end of the day you can start applying for if you wanna you can start applying for jobs at companies, to software
Okay.
development companies, tech companies like Paystack, Flutterwave, and all the rest. You can start applying for web development roles there or software engineering roles.
Cool, cool. So you personally, because I love context, how did you start making money as a developer? How long did it take you from when you learned to when you started monetizing and making money?
I started making money by building websites for people. So just the same process I told you, started building websites for people. Yeah. So that's how I started making money. The same thing I told you right now is what I did by building
Yeah.
websites for people. And then from there, I started working at other companies as a front end, as a software engineer rather. So front end or back end. But though that's just technical jargon for now. So as a software engineer, I started working for
Yeah,
companies.
I was even going
The
to
same
ask you
process I
that.
told you right now.
Yeah, I was still going to ask you that because you hear a lot of people
Yeah, don't
say,
worry yourself about that.
I'm a front end developer, I'm a back end developer, I'm a middle end developer, and all the developers are developers, right? Well, how do you guys work
Yeah,
with?
you might not need to.
Okay, I'm listening. You're going to say something.
Also, you might not need to worry yourself about that right now. So those are just words for at the moment. For front end, back end. Don't worry. What we want to focus on right now is building websites. So yeah.
All right, cool stuff. Now, awesome journey, awesome talk we've had. If you have to advise people who want to go into web development now, right? People who are probably in school, studying how to design websites. I mean, studying computer science because now there are a lot of people studying computer science. Trust me, there are a lot of people studying computer science that don't even know how to design websites. Sarah, they're just studying computer science. So if you want to advise people who are interested in going into tech and learning how to develop websites, right? What single advice would you give to those people?
You don't need school. You don't need to spend 5, 6, 7 years in an enclosed box to become a good developer, to become a good web developer or software engineer. You don't need that. So that's the advice, the single advice I'll give you.
Another
So
one.
yeah, that every other thing I'll say is from there because if you needed it, then I'll say you have to go and get it from there, get the skill from there. Yeah, but when
Okay.
you understand that you don't need that one, then you can try out self-learning method. So
Okay.
you can start learning from websites through courses, or you can go to boot camps. So there are boot camps, software development boot camps. You can use this keyword, search for software development boot camps in Lagos, Port Harcourt, or any city you're in. Except for that, then you see options. You can go there and learn for like 6 months, 1 year, and you start building. But if you're in Nigeria, Nigerian universities, no, they don't teach you what you need to become a good software developer, in the real world. So if that's what you think that, oh, you need to go there and spend like, oh, this number of years before you can come out and become a good developer. There are so many people that come out and they still don't know anything about computer science. So you
Yeah.
have to spend time learning, spend time building. When you start learning, use resources, purchase courses. You have to spend money on these things because if you've gone to school before, you know how much you spent on textbooks, you know how much you spent paying school fees and all the rest. So this is something you have to invest your money in. Spend money and buy web development books, web development courses. You can pay for mentors or anything, but you have to put your money there, invest. Then you have money instead of buying a very big phone, you can buy yourself a laptop and start with these things, start learning and building, start learning and building. So once you start learning, you start developing websites. You want to go the WordPress route. Once you start learning WordPress, you start building websites with it. You want to write code. Once you start learning how to write code, you start building websites with it. And then from there, remember what I say, you start looking for people you can build websites for and start growing your portfolio.
Great, great. So, quickly, I was going to talk about your course, your um, web development for absolute beginners course, learning by building, right? So, why do you advise people to learn by building instead of just taking endless courses?
Because that's the best way to learn. So you can't just keep taking the course and reading and reading and reading, and then that goes nowhere. The best way to learn is by putting what you're learning to practice. So
Yeah,
that's why there's a difference between people that attend some schools in Nigeria and some schools abroad. Some of the schools abroad, while you're learning, you're doing, and some of the schools in Nigeria, they're just flying over your head. So that's the difference. So learn by building means that once you start learning, immediately you're putting that knowledge to practice. You're putting that knowledge to use. And when you do that, it'll stick better in your head. You understand it better. You'll be able to remember it better. You know how to apply it. So that's it. You have to learn by building. So don't just sit down and watch a 1 hour long, 1 hour course or a 2 hour course and you just sit down. No, you have to put it to practice. So once you start learning, you start building immediately.
great, great. So let's talk about that course a little. I know I prayed you for a while to create a course, create a course, create a course, and finally you created a course, right? Tell us about your web developers beginners course.
Yeah, so it's a course for every absolute beginner. So you're not going to web development. You don't have to worry about whether you're a tech person, whether you know how to code, whether you know how to code before, whether you have a computer science background. You don't have to worry about all those things. As long as you can use a laptop, then that course is for you. So I'm going to teach you how to code in the course. So this is not a WordPress route now. I'm going to teach you how to code. But the course makes it very easy. Remember, I said this for absolute beginners. So
Yeah.
it's very simple to learn with the course. And once you start learning, you start building a part of Facebook. So we'll be building a part of Facebook, and by the time you have finished the course, you see the results of your labor. So it's for absolute beginners. Once you start learning, you're going to start building. You don't have to worry about any prerequisites. You don't need a knowledge that you don't need the technical knowledge to start the course. So you just need to know how to operate a laptop, and then you take the course, and you'll be okay.
Good. So what you're saying is that anybody at all that wants to learn how to design websites or how to code, right, can come and take that course. The person has like zero knowledge, zero idea on how coding works. The person can come and take that course step by step, and that course shows the person how to code in it.
Yeah,
And shows the person practically. But I was going through the course. I saw something like building Facebook landing page and all that and all that. So you take the person from an absolute beginner to somebody that knows how to use code and build websites, right?
yeah, absolutely, yeah. You're an
Beautiful.
absolute beginner, and you can take the course.
Beautiful, beautiful. So I'm going to be giving room like 3 minutes for questions right now. So if you have a question for Ebenezer, just type the question on the chat box. I'm going to highlight your question and bring it to the screen, and it's going to answer. We'll just give 3 minutes for that. And if there's no question at the end of 3 minutes, we'll call it a day. And quickly, I will show you how to get the course. So if you have a question, type it on the chat box now, and we'll get it answered. So quickly, while you're still here, I'd like to quickly take you guys to the Kaizen dashboard. So this is Kaizen Live Series. Basically, KaizenAcademy.co is an online education platform where we teach people how to make money online. So we have a couple of high income skills you can learn readily. All you need to do is to create a free account, KaizenAcademy.co, create a free account, excuse me, and then enroll for any course of your choice. If you come here, you can see our top 3 courses here. You can see our crypto mastery course, you can see our social media marketing course, you can see the web development for absolute beginners course we just talked about right now. So if you click on this course right now, you're going to see details about the course. So basically in this course, we'll talk about what web development is, how to create HTML files, HTML tags, and all that. To talk about structuring, how to build a Facebook landing page. And this is like a very practical course. So it's not just a course they're telling you, okay, come and learn. This is what you type, this is what you type. We're actually showing you real time how to actually take these stuffs and build them out. This is like the most practical, hands-on web development course you're going to find anywhere in Nigeria and Africa right now. I can beat my chest to say that. I've gone through the course content, I've seen everything, and the delivery is on point. Like a literal 5-year-old can understand what is here. So as long as you can use a laptop, right, you can understand this course, you can begin to code and become a tech bro one day, earning 6 figures in dollars, right? Not like you're going to earn 6 figures anyway, like we have said. It's going to take time, but once you learn, you have set yourself on track to do those numbers, right? So that is what it is basically. If you want to take that course right now, all you need to do is to go to KaizenAcademy.co, like I've said before. Go to KaizenAcademy.co and take the course. Also, when you go to KaizenAcademy.co, you just click on enroll for course, right? When you click on enroll, it basically takes you to where the course is, shows you the 2 payment options. You have 2 payment options. You can either pay by bank transfer or you can pay online, right? This is the best and simplest web development course you can take anytime, anywhere. I'm beating my chest to say it. I don't promote rubbish because I love my name and my brand, right? So if you're here and you want to learn how to design websites, you want to learn how to code, you want to learn how to make money by coding, then you want to go ahead, go to KaizenAcademy.co right now and take that course. All right, so in absence of no question, I take it that everybody has understood what we have discussed so far. So Ebenezer, I've done one final word before we call it a day today. Any final word for the people?
This skill takes persistence and consistency. So you have to be consistent. It's not something you just start today and then you leave it for 2 months and you go and do a little bit the next time and then you'll leave it. You have to be consistent. Do this daily. Practice daily. It takes consistency and persistence. Even when you don't see results immediately, you're not making $1 million right now, but you still stay consistent and keep building, keep learning, keep pushing. So it takes consistency and persistence, and you get there. You get it before you get a good software engineering job. You want to do freelancing, you start creating for people. You want to work in companies, you get a good job, but you have to be persistent and you have to be consistent.
Great to be persistent, be consistent. It's been so nice having you on the show. Thank you very much for everything. I really appreciate it. I literally had to make you extend your sleep time to be here. thank you for coming. I appreciate. And now for people that take the course, do they get like support from you? Do they get like support from people that take the course?
Yeah. So you can reach out to me on LinkedIn or Twitter and ask me your questions. I'll attend to you. So you can check out my profile on Twitter. That's Ebenezer DN or LinkedIn. So these are good ways to reach out to me. And then, yeah, if there's a chat, I don't know if there's that functionality there on Kaizen, but if it's there, you just ask questions directly. If not, reach out to me on Twitter or reach out to me on LinkedIn. So the links we'll drop them in the comment section of this video.
All right, great. Yeah, so we have come to the end of the show. What I think, so what here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a support group on WhatsApp, right? So if you have any question whatsoever from the course, you can come and ask in that support group, and then we'll see how to attend to you. Okay, so that's like direct access. All right, guys. Thank you very much for your time, Ebenezer. Thank you very much for your time. Everybody that's been here. I mean, I knew you could have been literally been doing something else, but you showed up live and you are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate.
You're
So if you want to
welcome.
follow you on, if you want to follow you on Twitter, quickly, what is your Twitter handle?
That's
What is your
Ebenezer
Twitter
DN.
handle?
My name
I'm going
Ebenezer,
to
then
put it
D and then
at Ebenezer DN,
yeah.
right? All right, so this is it.
So if you
I
get
got it
to my
right.
profile, then yeah, once you get to my profile, you see the link to my LinkedIn profile right there. So
All right. So Alan Nudi. Thank you very much, everybody. It's been lovely having you on here. Take care of yourself. I'll call it a good night. We'll see you again next week, Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Same station. Thank you very much.
all right.
Peace
Thank
out.
you
Take care.
everyone.
All right,
Bye.
bye.